Hello everyone and welcome to another lecture of control systems. My name is Kitty Tripathi and I am faculty in Electrical Engineering Department in BBD NIIT Lucknow. We will be discussing time response analysis. In the first lecture of this series, we have discussed about the importance of time domain and what exactly is time domain, right? Today we will be discussing more into the details what is time response of any control system. So, let us see this image. Now, we were aware by the fact that time response is nothing but it is derived from a transfer function of any control system, which we have already done discussion about that how do we determine transfer function for any type of system, right. So, if we are having information of transfer function of a control system, we can easily determine the output response of the system, and when that output response is represented in time domain, we say it is a time domain response. In the previous lecture, we have seen that this response was a dynamic response. Okay. What does this mean? That it was changing when the input was a function of time. As in this figure, it is visible for us, like see this is an see this is an impulse function and the other one is the step function, and when the impulse function and step or any kind of a step function is provided into any system which is to be controlled, then what happens is it produces a response and an output for a system which may either be oscillatory in nature or it may be sinusoidally varying in nature, or it can have a combination of the system also depending upon what is the mathematical modeling of the system as well as what kind of input we are providing to the system. This we have already discussed in the previous lecture. Okay. Now, the problem is what about the response on the system when we are changing the input was the main concern for us. तो जब भी हम किसी सिस्टम में ये इनपुट जिसका हो सकता है हमें एग्जैक्ट सिचुएशन भी ना पता हो कि हमें कब चेंज करना है, ठीक है. इट इज़ अ कंट्रोल सिस्टम. There may be certain times when you, like if you are running a motor suppose and you want a very precise controlling of that motor. If I tell you at 5 minutes, after 5 minutes I need the speed of motor to be 1420 rpm. Okay. Then suddenly something happens and I said no, not 1420, I need 1520 rpm. Sorry, it is my mistake, I need 1520 rpm. Then what? So, what is happening? Suddenly we are changing the input of the system, and for that sudden change in input what is required? We will have to get a sudden change in output as well. So, we are aware of this fact that the response of the system will change, right, and when it starts changing, whenever we have shifted this input value, what happens is it changes and then settled to a specific value which was called as steady state value. ठीक है. The time which it takes to settle on to that steady value is called as settling time. ठीक है. So, whenever there is sudden change in the system, either we are changing input suddenly or there is some change in the parameter itself. What exactly happens is output is going to be affected by it and it starts changing, and when it is changing it has to reach to a particular point or a particular desired value which we are calling as steady state output of our system. तो जब भी आउटपुट अभी स्टेडी स्टेट वैल्यू को अचीव करता है या रिटेन करता है तो इट नीड सम टाइम टू अटेन दैट स्टेडी स्टेट वैल्यू, राइट. सो दैट टाइम इज कॉल्ड एज सेटलिंग टाइम. ठीक है. एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी आर मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन. वी आर इंटरेस्टेड अबाउट दैट पोर्शन ऑफ द सिस्टम जो चेंज हो रहा है. Why? Because that will be the one which will be telling us how efficient or how better a system is and how can we improve that system. For example, let us consider that we are having a fan. ठीक है. If I tell you please judge me as a layman and tell me which fan is having a better output, what will you do generally? As a layman, if you are standing at the bottom of the any fan or in front of any moving fan, You are not going to calculate the speed randomly and say nahi nahi itna speed hai so it is good and this na speed hai so it is bad. So what is your judgment parameter? How do you decide? Someone may say ki I will switch on the fan and the quicker it reaches to the final value or the full speed of the fan, the better fan we are having it. And of course the architectural design should be such that we are facing the proper correct force of air or what we call as proper हवा हमें fan से मिलने लगी, that then we say कि नहीं this is a good fan than the other one, right? तो हमने क्या judgment criteria देखा, कितनी जल्दी हमें steady state value मिली, कितनी जल्दी जो हमें desired output था वो मिल गया. इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब है कि अगर हमें सिस्टम की एफिशिएंसी चेंज करनी हो या बेटर करनी हो तो हमें क्या देखना पड़ेगा. टाइम रिस्पॉन्स में अगर हम बात करें तो टाइम डोमेन में बात करें तो कि आउटपुट हमें जो कंट्रोल्ड वैल्यू मिल रही है वो तो मिले ही, बट कितनी क्विकली मिल जाए. दैट मीन्स द फास्टर द ट्रांजिएंट रिस्पॉन्स डाइड आउट द बेटर द सिस्टम इज, राइट. सो लेट्स मूव फर्दर and begin with some kind of expressions of a control system. Now see here, in the above shown expression we have written a first order control system. ठीक है, this Cs upon Rs indicated here is nothing but it is transfer function. And what is this transfer function looking like? It is first of all a first order system. And what do you mean by first order? The order of this expression of this transfer function is 1. Why 1? देखो S का maximum power कितना है 1. So the order is 1 here. And that too this one order system is having only one pole. We are aware that the denominator of transfer function gives us the value of pole and numerator of transfer function gives us the value of zeros. So see here, since this order is mentioned in denominator, this is going to give us the value, the output of the response of this function will give the value which is nothing but a pole for the system. Now what is k and what is t here? Let us quickly recall all those things also fast. We have already studied, but let us discuss what in a short single line, that what is k and what is t. So t we are aware is called as time constant for that system. 1 plus st वाला format है तो what is that t called as? The time constant. And what is that k written in numerator? It is nothing but it is the DC gain value for a system. So this is one of the format where we represent a control system in first order type. ठीक है. Now what happens? We are required to calculate the time constant. ठीक है. How are we going to do this? So what we are going to do is we will have to analyze what is the value of Cs, and once we get this value of Cs, we can determine by taking inverse Laplace transform what is the time response, right. Now if we talk about this constant t which is called as time constant for this system, what is it is exactly representing? So it is nothing but it is a measure that how quickly that system is responding to any input. If suppose we are providing a unit step input to a system, then how quickly it is responding, how faster it is attaining the value of the step response, step input. That is determined by this factor called t, and hence it is called as time constant. What about the gain? What it is exactly representing? So this gain of the system is nothing but it is defined as the ratio between input signal and the output. Which value of output? The steady state value of the output. Okay. Now let us see an example here, 10 upon 3s plus 1. Okay, let me quickly show you this expression. See, it is also in the format k upon 1 plus t into s. So what we can say here about the DC gain? It is 10. And what about the time constant? Simply 3. Now for this system, if I say I want to take the time response, I have to calculate the time response. How should I proceed for this? So, see here, what is this expression? It is for the transfer function Gs. What is Gs? It is open loop gain transfer function of any system. And what can that Gs be represented as? Laplace of output upon Laplace of input, right? Cs upon Rs. So, here in this case Cs upon Rs is equal to 10 upon 3s plus 1, and it is mentioned in time constant format. Okay. It is easier for us to represent any system in a time constant format, and then it will be much easier for us to understand how to relate things, and that is the reason we represent it in the form of poles and zeros. Hence, this format is majoritarily used. It is only for the sake of simplification of understanding, such that we can relate things better. And of course, the mathematical aspect which makes us easier to realize or draw a graph or anything related to it is also of a big significance, which we will be dealing later in this subject. Now, my major concern is how to determine this time response of this system if we are having. So, it can be written as Cs upon Rs is equal to 10 upon 3s plus 1. Since it is already in the time constant response, so we don't need to change the transfer function in any format. It is already in the standard format of representation. Now, from what do we obtain from here? So, what do we get is 10 upon 3s plus 1 into Rs. We have taken Cs one side and rest everything the other side. Now, what is the benefit of it? If we take the inverse Laplace transform, what can we get? If we take inverse Laplace transform of this expression, we will get C of t here. Now, what about the right side? See, this is what we were discussing previously, that the output response when represented in time is dependent upon two factors. One is this Rs, which is input signal, and the other is 10 upon 3s plus 1, which is nothing but it is derived from the mathematical modeling of the system. Now, what about this Rs? So, we have said that rather than using the actual true system input, what do? We consider certain standard signals, standard test signals for it. So, what can we do? If we take some kind of test signal for it, we can easily determine this output Ct. What we have to do is simply take the test signal, either it be unit step signal or unit ramp, unit impulse, unit parabolic, anything out of all these things. If we substitute the value of their Laplace transform here, what can we get? Let us suppose that we are substituting any value 1 here. So, what do we get here? We get simply a function, and here if we take the inverse Laplace transform of this function, what can we obtain? We can get the output response. What if it is, this output is 1 upon s? Then what can this expression change into, be changing into? It will be something like 10s into 3s plus 1. What can we do? How can we determine here? We can simply take partial fractions of this expression, and after solving that partial fraction and obtaining the value of constants, we can take inverse Laplace transform. If the function is looking like in the standard form of inverse Laplace transform formula, good for us. If not, we will convert it by using some of the mathematical operations, and after that what can happen is we will get the time response of the first order system. Fine. So, in this sequence, let us determine what is the time response of a first order system when it is subjected to a standard signal, which is an impulse response. So, see here what it is. This is a representation of an open loop system with system gain Gs as k upon Ts plus 1, correct. Here it is provided input Rs, output is given as Cs. See, input is, now we are asked that the test signal or the input which we have to consider is an impulse response. Now, see here, this should be the graph of an impulse response. Why? Because we know What is the impulse response? Impulse response gives the value at t equal to 0 and at all the other places it gives value equal to 0. So, what it is giving here? Since we are saying that let us consider a unit impulse response, okay, then this magnitude is going to be 1, right. So, the value of input here signal is going to be 1, right, at t equal to 0 and at all other places it will be 0. We know the Laplace response of impulse signal is 1. This is common Laplace notation. So, and impulse response we are aware it is represented generally by del. So, this Rs is nothing but it is del of S and the Laplace transform of impulse is 1, hence we are taking Rs as 1. Now, if we have to write the transfer function, what can we write? Cs upon Rs is nothing but k upon Ts plus 1, right. This was the basic expression. Now, Cs is equal to k upon Ts plus 1 into Rs. If this is an impulse input, what is this value of Rs going to be? This is going to be equal to 1. What we get in the as the expression now is k upon 1 plus Ts. Now, if we simply take the inverse Laplace transform, we will get Ct, right. But how? Since it is, see this expression here, k upon 1 plus St, it is nothing in the form of standard Laplace, inverse Laplace formula which we know. So, let us convert it into a standard formula. How are we going to do? See, it is mentioned here. What we are going to do is divide this whole expression numerator and denominator both by the factor t. What can it be there then? This k will be k by t, Ts by t and 1 by t. So, what this expression is going to be looking like? It is going to be looking like k by t here divided by, see here, this was Ts by t, then it becomes only s plus 1 by t. So, this is some constant. So, it is of the format a into 1 upon s plus, let us suppose b. If we are having any expression like this, can't we take the inverse Laplace transform? What it is? 1 upon s plus a can be represented at e to the power minus at. So, since it is s plus b, what is b? 1 upon t. So, if we take inverse Laplace, it is going to be e to the power minus at. And what is this constant c here? It is nothing but k upon t here. So, basically we get the output response by simply taking inverse Laplace. If it was not in the standard format, we represent it in the form of standard format and that simply apply the formula of inverse Laplace transform and determine the value. This output is the time response of a first order system when it was subjected to an impulse response, impulse input, right. So, it is called as impulse response of first order system. Now, let us proceed to the other response. What about if we are taking this input as a step input? Let us write transfer function once again. C of s upon r of s is k upon Ts plus 1, ठीक है. Cs can be written as k upon Ts plus 1 into Rs. Now, if it is a step response, what is the standard behavior of step? It is a unit 0 to a, t less than 0 the value is 0, for t greater than 0 it is having certain value a. Now, for simplification, let us consider this value a equal to 1. What we will get? We will get unit step response. And what is the Laplace transform of unit step response? It is a generalized concept that it is 1 upon s. So, what can we do here now? We can replace this Rs by 1 upon s. What can we write? We can write it as Ks into Ts plus 1. This is what? it is C of S. Now, what we have to do is take inverse Laplace transform. See here, it is very difficult to take inverse Laplace transform in such format, like denominator is a function of various elements. What to do? Take the partial fractions. Very simple answer. What can we represent this expression as? A upon S plus B upon Ts plus 1. This is the thing which we write when we have to take partial fractions. And what do we have to do later? We have to calculate the value of A and B here. How? We have various methods to do that. Value of A can be value of function at S is equal to 0, right? If we substitute the S is equal to 0 here, what will happen? This S is going to cancel by this S. Denominator में यहाँ पर केवल S बचा है. If this is 0, this term becomes 0. ये बचेगा कितना? सिर्फ K. A का वैल्यू कितना आ गया? K. Hence we can write it as K upon S. Similarly, if we have to determine the value of B, what can we do? Multiply it by Ts plus 1 and take the value of S is equal to minus 1 by T, substitute it. What we will get? We will get the solution as minus of Kt. ठीक है. The minute we have obtained the value of A and B, we can substitute it in the expression of Cs. See here, it is K upon S minus Kt upon Ts plus 1. Now see, verify that. Is it in the expression where we can directly deduce the inverse Laplace transform? I think we can. So let's apply the inverse Laplace transform here. So we are taking inverse Laplace transform. What will happen? Inverse Laplace transform of Cs is Ct. This K is constant, let it be 1 upon S. What is the inverse Laplace of 1 upon S? It is 1, and this it is 1 only when it is t greater than 0. So we can write ut, because time is not going to be less than 0 here in this case anyways. So it is, we can replace it by ut. And what about this expression? It is again of the same format. See, minus of A upon S plus B. So it can be A into e to the power minus B t. So that is what we are doing here. This constant remains as it is, since and we will substitute and simplify to get the answer as this format. What it is? It is showing the time response. Now can you just see what is the output, what is the nature of the output we are receiving in every single case? See this term, e to the power minus t by t. In the previous expression when we have determined impulse response, then also we have got an expression which was having e to the power minus t, and this is the reason we get what? Exponential curve for first order systems as output. It may be a shifted curve, it may be having an impact of a delay or anything, but it is exponential curve. Now, what if this time is equal to the time constant? Let us calculate one more very important factor before we proceed to anything. What if this time becomes equal to time constant? What can happen? That t is equal to capital T. Let us substitute that value here in this expression. यहाँ पर टाइम डिपेंडेंट एक्सप्रेशन केवल कहाँ है? e टू द पावर माइनस टी में. अगर ये t किसके इक्वल हो जाए? सिस्टम के टाइम कांस्टेंट के. तब हम जानना चाह रहे हैं कि व्हाट इज द ट्रांजिएंट रिस्पांस फॉर द सिस्टम. सो इट इज k इंटू ut is simply ut only. It becomes e to the power minus t by t, which becomes e to the power minus 1. Solve it, we get the value minus 0.632 into k, because this ut can be 1 here. So it is 1 minus e to the power minus 1. We substitute and get the desired value. So see here, this is the nature of the graph we obtain, and that is what I was trying to tell you, ki it is following what? An exponential format. And now if we have the graph, we can have the informations whatever we want to like. See here in this case, suppose if we have the value of k as 10 and type constant as 1.5, for any first order system we can draw an accurate and exact output response for the system as it is depicted in this expression. This is determined, by the way, from a simple program written in MATLAB. What do we get from these expressions now? That at t equal to t we are having certain other nature. So, this is the point at t equal to t. Then we have also determined that when the time is equal to twice of time constant, and we can simply take it up to 5 times as well. See, time is equal to 5 times the time constant, and we have simply obtained what? The response. So, see, when the time this time is increasing, see the nature of the graph which is changing here when it is subjected to step response. Why is step so much of importance? We will be dealing in the upcoming lectures. See here for an example, an instant. That time response of a particular system cannot be calculated, and we determine the backtrack and determine what is the time constant, what is the gain function, what is the transfer function and step response? Yes, we can. How? This Ct is mentioned here. We can take the Laplace transform Cs. See, let me write you. See, Ct is here. If we take Laplace transform, what can we get? C of s. Now, what we are supposed to do? Impulse response. ठीक है. So, let us determine the transfer function first. So, what can we write? Cs upon Rs is equal to the expressions we have, right? So, what if we multiply it by Rs? We get Cs is equal to the Laplace transform of this function into Rs. Since it is an impulse response, this Rs is equal to 1. What we can get here? Cs. Or if we want to determine the complete transfer function, we can do what? Cs upon Rs. Simply हमें करना क्या होगा? हमारे पास इसका इन्वर्स लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म लेंगे तो हमें लाप्लास डोमेन में Cs मिल जाएगा. Rs हमें पता है इम्पल्स रिस्पॉन्स लेने इट इज गोइंग टू बी 1. तो जो भी एक्सप्रेशन आएगा डिवाइडेड बाई 1 हियर. ठीक है ना? What can we get? Transfer function. If we have the transfer function, we can easily determine the value of k and t as we are representing here in the system, right? So, we can check and verify. Now, quickly move on to the ramp. We will follow the simple same process and substitute only Rs by 1 upon s square. What we are going to get? K upon s square into 1 plus s into t. How can we do for solve further? Simply partial fractions. Apply the same step. The output we are going to get here is this expression, k into t minus t plus t into e to the power minus t by t. You can check and verify by yourself. Let us quickly move on to parabolic as well. The same entire process we are going to follow. Replace Rs by 1 upon s cube. Again take partial fractions, we will get the values whatever is required. Now, one more important factor before we end up with this first or sum up with this first order system. It is what if we are having a zeros also in the system. It will be having some of the transportational lag in the system that can be determined easily. What is the process it is going to be? It is going to be the same as we have done for all other cases. We are simply going to take inverse Laplace transform. For that we have to take partial fractions. By solving inverse Laplace transform, what are we going to have? See, what is the change we are having? We are having some additional constant values as a change, right? And similar is the case when we talk about the delays in the system. So, e to the power minus s into td, where td is the time delay. So, this is the change in the flattening of the curve when a sudden delay is being introduced in the system. See here, it is an example of a system which previously we have done and we have obtained the graph. Now, if we have introduced the delay in the system, see the change in the curve. Fine. That is it with first order systems today. Thank you very much.